I was that little girl. I was the last born in a family of 9. So growing up, I was very inquisitive. I was observing a lot of the things around me, and I just had a lot of questions. And I never was able to get to the answers. Of course, some of those questions you can't even say it out. And then I kept continuing to answer the questions, got into university and all of that. Again, I got married, and I had 2 years of very toxic marriage. Within that 2 years, I had 2 kids. I got married in 2010. And then I realized in 2013 that divorce, I had to just leave this marriage if I'm going to be alive, literally. And I left. So I left with 2 children. My response to that pain was to dive into, again, question asking and observing that what is life about? What is all of this? And then I started, consulting a lot of books, the Bible, books. Anything that would just teach me what life is about, how to guarantee success, or what determines failure. Because I remember one of those questions I was asking growing up was, God, why would you bring people on earth to just suffer? Why would you bring people on earth and then they're living their lives like a gamble? God is one very structured, intentional person. So that question came back again. And then I joined the John Maxwell team. Along the line, I heard the word neuro-linguistic programming, and I was like, what is that? I went to the internet, I found what it was about, I researched, and then I looked for a provider in Nigeria. Doesn't mind stock. So it was in June 2018. I took, because then I was still working. I was still doing 8 to 5. So I jumped the aircraft, took a 1 week leave, and I went to Abuja. And then I appeared in class, hungry. It was like I had those goals, I had those questions, but I didn't have a tool. I didn't have a tool to even believe in myself enough that the things I was hearing, I was learning, that it made sense. I didn't know that there was a body of work that will literally teach you what life is about, how to create success, predictable success. Like, I didn't know, so I was reading those things, I was meditating on those things, but it didn't quite make sense because they were just opposite the things, almost opposite of all of the things I have known up until then. I remember I sent a text to my family group. I left that class totally changed. I got back and I left my 8 to 5 job. It's been a careers consultant, which literally was like a vision I had as a small child. And I'll tell you totally that the learnings that I've gotten in NLP as taught by Mr. Wuse, those were the foundational blocks that has helped me every other thing we do. And then when we say that we do psychology-based training, it was because of my exposure with the sort of work that Mr. Wuse does. I was healed of my lack of alignment when it comes to money making and money management. The NLP, as taught by Mr. Wuse, will never leave you where it meant you. And I'll tell you that even if you've done that course with him and you go back 2 years later, it's like a different layer of who you are will be revealed. Life is a lot more easier now. I've been able to go through that entire divorce process, healing process, having 2 wonderful children that are doing amazing. I'm so proud of them. Building a phenomenal company, Macarius Consulting Services. It's been 10 years of, post-divorce now, and then NLP coming in along the line. It's been growth. It's been a revelation of brighter, better, more beautiful, more loving, more aligned. Within me, NLP was that one answer that had every other thing really attached. So I would say that beyond being born again, the next most important thing that happened to me and for me was meeting Mr. Wuse and his body of works in neuro-linguistic programming and a big outcome.